Russiagate operatives have been exposed with the receipts. Now, will anyone actually do any serious jail time? Trump's Justice Department takes down dark web child abuse network. 120,000 users, millions of files in Operation Gray Skull. In one of the most aggressive and successful anti-child exploitation crackdowns in U.S. history, President Trump's Justice Department has revealed the results of Operation Gray Skull, a sweeping international strike that dismantled 4 high-traffic dark web platforms trafficking violent child sexual abuse materials, exposing a digital cesspool that included over 120,000 registered users and millions of illicit files. 18 individuals have been convicted in federal court, receiving a combined 300-plus years in prison. The Justice Department detailed how Thomas Peterson K., 52 years old, of Minnesota, became a staff member on one of these despicable sites, personally distributing CSAM, child pornography. He was sentenced to 20 years in prison, lifetime supervision, and forced to pay restitution to his victims. But he was only one of many. Among the 18 convicted predators, William Michael Spearman of Alabama was sentenced to life in prison for his role in a child exploitation enterprise. Joseph Addison Martin of Washington got 42 years. Keith David McIntosh of Michigan was sentenced to a staggering 55 years with a prior conviction on record. Selwyn David Rosenstein of Florida was handed 28 years and a 6-figure restitution order for his crimes. Each of these individuals was found guilty of actively operating or contributing to some of the darkest, most vile content imaginable, and doing so in a highly coordinated and secretive online network. Acting Assistant Attorney General Matthew R.G. of the Justice Department's Criminal Division said, quote, "Today's announcement sends a clear warning to those who exploit and abuse children. You will not find safe haven, even on the dark web." These offenders thought that they could act without consequences, but they were wrong. Thanks to the relentless determination of our prosecutors and law enforcement partners, we have exposed these perpetrators for who they are, eliminated their websites, and brought justice to countless victims. This operation represents one of the most significant strikes ever made against online child exploitation networks, said FBI Director Kash Patel. We've not only dismantled dangerous platforms on the dark web, but we've also brought key perpetrators to justice and delivered a powerful message: you cannot hide behind remaining anonymous to harm children. The operation also led to the arrests in the UK, the Netherlands, Italy, Germany, Estonia, Belgium, and South Africa. Well, I believe they all deserve the death penalty in my opinion. But taking down pedophile rings, international, global, disgusting, despicable pedophile rings, is the highest, utmost importance, an essential priority in any society, and it must be done. Speaking of child abuse, how much slavery is in California? GOP Probe aims to find out after ICE raid uncovers child labor abuse. Republican leaders in the House are investigating an Immigration and Customs Enforcement raid on 2 California cannabis farms from earlier this month after unaccompanied minors were discovered working as laborers there by federal agents. To refresh your memory, the joint operation carried out earlier this month by ICE and CBP officers focused on 2 marijuana growing facilities. California Democrat Governor Gavin Newsom originally commented on the raid and was heavily critical of the federal government. This led CBP Commissioner Rodney Scott to break the news to him that they found 10 juveniles, minors, 8 of whom were alone. The Daily Caller News Foundation first obtained letters sent by House Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan, a Republican from Ohio, to the Department of Homeland Security and the Department of Health and Human Services about a congressional investigation into the matter. Jordan wrote, "The discovery of these juveniles at a marijuana facility and in the presence of at least one dangerous illegal alien previously convicted of child molestation highlights the continuing consequences of the Biden-Harris administration's open border policies." Jordan was also joined by Representative Tom McClintock, a Republican from California, who is the chairman of the Subcommittee on Immigration Integrity, Security, and Enforcement. Both lawmakers cited failures by the Biden administration as the reason for such negligence. Here's a quote: "The discovery of UAC's, unaccompanied alien children, at a California marijuana farm raises questions about Office of Refugee Resettlement ORR's replacement of UACs, particularly during the Biden-Harris administration, and the sufficiency of sponsor vetting. The company claimed it never knowingly violated applicable hiring practices and does not and has never employed minors. Well, then why were their children there? Where are their parents? How did they get there? Who is actually overseeing them? Who actually has them in their possession? You're not allowed to ask these questions. Cancer, acne rosacea, multiple sclerosis, and rheumatoid arthritis are 4 different diseases in 4 different areas of medicine. What if they can all be treated with parasite medication, and that turns out for these diseases to be true? What if I told you that if you had a pet or ate sushi, you are more likely to have parasites? This means that a lot of our ailments that we experience every day are caused not by environmental issues, but by parasites as well. This is something Big Pharma does not want you to know about. I know many of us check off many of these boxes. This is why Purge is offering their new liver cleanse products for all of you out there that need to clear those toxins out once and for all. PurgeStore.com offers everything you need to cleanse and detox your body. Powerful enzymes and probiotics, 15-day colon cleanse protocols, liver cleanse, and of course, the parasite cleanse. Right now, if you go to PurgeStore.com and use promo code DREW, that's DREW, you will get 20% off your entire order. Use the link in the description below, PurgeStore.com, and support the Gateway Pundit today. The Gateway Pundit is supported by the people, we the people, that is you, the American people. We thank you for your support. CIA working with DOJ to release explosive info that shows even more evidence directly implicating Hillary Clinton in Russia hoax. Comey, Brennan, and Clinton all in perjury jeopardy. Paul Sperry from Real Clear Investigations reveals that more bad news is in store for Clinton. The CIA and DOJ are working together to declassify for release damning information that Comey's FBI accelerated Hillary's sinister plan to frame Trump as a Russian lackey/agent. And Clinton is not alone. Comey and Brennan are also in jeopardy for their roles. The release will likely happen at some point next week or in the near future. Here's what Sperry wrote on X. CIA has been working with DOJ to declassify for release, likely this week, explosive new information from Long Class, Appendix to Durham report showing FBI accelerated plan by Hillary to frame Trump as a Russian traitor. Underlying intel puts Brennan, Comey, Hillary in perjury jeopardy.
But what hasn't come out yet, and what's going to come out, is the underlying intelligence that I have spent the last few months making recommendations about final declassification and sent that to the Department of Justice that will come out in the John Durham report classified annex. And what that intelligence shows, Maria, is that part of this was a Hillary Clinton plan, but part of it was an FBI plan to be an accelerant to that fake Steele dossier, to those fake Russia collusion claims by pouring oil on the fire, by amplifying the lie and burying the truth of what Hillary Clinton was up to. And you're right, Maria. John Brennan testified to John Durham in August of 2020. He also testified to the House Oversight Committee in 2022. Hillary Clinton testified before John Durham under oath in 2022. James Comey testified before the Senate committee in September 2020. All of that's within the last 5 years. And much of that testimony is, frankly, completely inconsistent with what our underlying intelligence that is about to be declassified in the Durham Annex, what that reflects.
Well, clearly all of the receipts are there. The big question is, will they actually be held accountable? CIA Director John Ratcliffe suggests indictments and potential prosecutions are coming for Hillary Clinton, James Comey, and John Brennan. CIA Director John Ratcliffe made it clear that prosecutions of these criminal politicians and deep state actors are very much on the table. On an appearance on Fox News' Sunday Morning Futures, that Brennan, Comey, and Clinton should not sleep too soundly at night.
So what I think I hear you saying is there is still an opportunity for indictments, potential prosecutions, accountability from those people who may have lied under oath, like John Brennan, James Comey, and perhaps Hillary Clinton.
Well, that's why I've made the referrals that I have. D&I Gabbard has made referrals.
Yeah.
And why we're going to continue to share the intelligence that would support the ability of our Department of Justice to make bring fair and just claims against those who have perpetrated this hoax against the American people and this stain on our country.
And that's the key. Preventing these people from doing this again, even worse, in the future. If these deep state criminals, actors, and operatives are not brought to justice and don't do serious jail time for their criminality, they will be back with a serious vengeance and revenge in a way that this country has never even seen before. A lot of talk, a lot of bark. It's time to deliver. It's time to bite. It's time people go to jail. It's time for serious prosecutions, serious indictments. It is time for serious convictions and sentences. People need to do some serious jail time for their crimes. I mean, President Trump has said all of these people, including Obama, involved in the Russiagate hoax, are guilty of treason. Tulsi Gabbard said, treasonous conspiracy. That's the bar that Trump has set. Will Bondi deliver? My name is Drew Hernandez for the Gateway Pundit, and you have been on Watch with Drew Hernandez. I'll see you guys on the next one.